Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we shall be talking about fetching data, both single and all the data. But as a recap, in the last video we talked about creating data and sending it to the database. So let's begin our thing to show you a recap just a bit. Just a bit. Shall go to Prisma Studio. Last week we created I'll show you a recap of what we did last week, because it will be just a continuation about what we studied last week. So in the last video, so this is the Prisma Studio. These are the records that we created. When you go back to our app and click on add, we add an email, then a contact, and we create. So the contact will be created successfully, and when you go here, it will be right. When we refresh, it's here, the contact. So that's what we did last week. So today we shall be fetching all this data from the database to the UI. We shall be putting it to the UI. So if you never watched my last video about creating, I will be placing it at the end of this video so that you can watch it. So when we are fetching, as I said, today we shall be fetching all the data from MongoDB to the UI. So I will go to my actions. So this is the one for creating, which we did last week in the last video. So today we shall be starting from fetching. We shall be fetching all and fetching a single record. So now I will begin by fetching all data from the database. Okay, I write my function export. It must be a sync function. I'll call it get. I'll call it get all data. Get all data. So inside here we shall run a try catch. Here we shall console the error. Console dot log error and here is where we shall put our function for finding all and fetching all. So we shall say const all data will be equal to await. We await the db. We await the db dot. So we call our what? Our model. Dot. Then we find many. This is one we use to find all the data. So we shall find all the data. So after finding it, we shall say return all data. Return all data. So we shall console dot log all data. We see where the data is coming. So once we are done with this, let me see a bit. As this, wait a moment. This is what I created last. So once I'm done creating this function, I will have to use it. I'll come to my components and go to cards, where I will be running this function from, in order to fetch, to be fetched in form of this card. So I'll come here, type const all data will be equal to await. We will await our function for getting all data. So get all data from actions, get all the data. So they're telling us await. Sorry, let me first plug in. So they are telling us await expression is only allowed with async functions. So we shall add async. So as you see, our action works properly. This is the data that I consoled from here. So this is it. This is the data that we have in our MongoDB. Alright, so that is it. So once we have proved that it works, we can comment it so that one works properly. So we can come here, we also console to log all that. all data. So once we have consoled it, I think it will be shown the UI. So we can come here, we cut all this what we want to change, Control X. So I will be putting, so that's the data. So I'll be putting this. We shall map through all data to get single. So this is it. So I'll say all data dot map, all data dot map. Oh my god, set data, right, and we say return that. So this is our thing. We have mapped through our data. We have mapped through our data. So at this time, we must be able to see all the data, but instead, so far we have not like called each, but we must be able to see the number of cards equal to the data inside our MongoDB. So when we come here, we reload. So these are the cards. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you go back to our Prisma, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is it. So it's the same. So in order to put the actual data here, we shall come here. We remove this word. So we put curly brackets. We say data dot call dot email. Say data dot email. Then we come here. We remove this curly brackets. We say data dot contact. So we must put a special key here. I'll say key. Our key will be data dot ID, because it's unique. ID is unique. So we shall see whether it has worked. We shall see whether it has worked. Shall come here, reload. So as you see, it has worked properly. As you see here, it has worked properly. Wait a moment, let me see what I did in the create. So I'll add a use router here in the create functionality in the form, so that when we create data, it renders us back to the home page where the data is. So I will say const const route router is equal to use router from next navigation. It's what we use, and it's a function. So when we come here, try here, we shall say after all this is done, after all that is done, we shall say router dot push, and it will take us to the home page. So, and it will also refresh router to refresh the home page. Router dot refresh to refresh the home page. So we don't have to refresh in order to see the created data. So we shall come here, we go to add, wait a moment. So this is the form. We put an email here, the number, I'll say at gmail.com. This is just created at gmail.com. Now the contact 07, we should put that the contact. So we sign in. Just created successfully. So when you press here, it will take us back, and this is the created data. So we have successfully fetched all the data. Now we shall be fetching only single data. When we click on this single thing, must be able to bring us this thing, this card only, because we will not like the detailed page. But the detailed page, it will just contain only these two, and it will be the same card. So it will be like to be representing the detailed page. So I will come here in my code. So we are done fetching all the data. So I'll come here to my actions, to my app, new folder. I'll name it details. Inside details, I'll put new file called page.tsx. So RFC, I would like to use this same card. I'll just copy this. Control-C, I come here to details, Control-V. I know that. Contact. Even here, the key is not there. At the email. So let's first see whether the detailed page is there. Alright, I'll come here to cards. every card here will be taking me to this details page. So I'll come here and see whether it is working. As you see, to be taking us there. The road, that is it. That's the one we have. So come here. I'll give it some settings. Class name we shall say, let me see, MX Auto Max width smaller. I hope it has put it in the center. Approximately, is it in the center? Approximately it is in the center. When I say median 22. Wow, this is in the center. It's a nice FX items center, justify center, height. I take the one for the screen, outside the screen. Wow, that doesn't work. I just use the other one, the one I had written. I will say max width exit screen. I say this. What does it bring to me? I will say small, so it will come there. So I give it margin top. It will be a very big value. Okay, since I'm not decorating, I just want to show you how to fetch a single item. I'll just end there. I'll not put so much time because we have no time. So after this, I've created my page, details page, just simple like that. And we'll go back to home. Everything will be, but you see that the data on it is the same, and I want if I click on this, the data here, Secanica, that this comes on its card. So I shall come here, can add one. First of all, can add one to see properly. Sign in. It has been created successfully, so that is it. We can end there, as you see. So we are going on fetching a single item. To our actions, our actions. So we are done fetching all data. So we shall come here, actions, fetching a single item from the database. Database. I say export. It must be a sync function, and it must be a sync function. Then function must be a sync function, and remember, since they are server actions, they must be on the server end. You see, server end use server, so don't forget that. So export async function, then we say get single data, and we get that data by ID, passing the ID here. Get that, and since it's not known, we shall give it a name of personal. So we get that data by ID. So we run a try catch. Inside here we console the log the error, So when we come here, we shall say get, we shall say sing const single data is equal to. So when we write, we shall find, we await as usual, we await the db dot the model, our model we have dot. So at this time we have find many and find unique. Find unique is the one which is used to find a single item from the database. So here, since we want to fetch a single item, we shall use find unique, that one. So inside here we shall say where our ID is equal to the ID from the DB. So they are telling us ID string, email, contact number is not assignable to type. So this is the data types. Let me see how I wrote this. An ID, ID here to be a string. I'll use personal props inside our actions. I'll use personal props. Personal props is not assignable to type string. Where did I write string? Where did I write string? Okay. I'll add here. Order to not waste time, I just add here another one called any. Take anything it wants. order to avoid that error. So once we are done here, we shall say console.log single data, the data we have fetched, and after we shall return it. We shall return the data. We shall return the single data. We shall first comment out this. Let's comment it out. So once we have commented it out, I think it will work. I don't know why it is not bringing it, but this is the function. This is the function. So after doing this, first of all, these details, this page must be in a variable what? In a variable ID folder. So I will create another folder inside the details called the ID. Then I will cut this inside to this, paste it inside here. So once we have placed, it must be inside this. These square brackets mean that the ID will be dynamic, it will not be constant. So I will come to my cards here. I will add, since we have already mapped through it, I will say I just remove these. I remove those. I'll put this. I'll just add this backticks and also the curly brackets. So, and I will add the dynamic what? The dynamic ID to be dollar symbol, curly brackets. I will say data dot ID. So by doing this, we must be able to, whenever we hover on that, we shall be seeing its ID in the link part at the bottom left. So as you see, I have hovered on this, you see details. Now this is its ID of that item. You see details, then this is the ID. So once we are done with that, we are getting a single ID. It means we are getting a single ID on each thing, so it will not be the same. So we shall come to the details part. We shall call the single data const single data single data is equal to await await our function get single data, then we pass in the ID. pass in the ID, and wait and allowed for async functions. So we must make here async, and here we shall pass in the params, then we destructure the params and we get the ID. And now here we must have a data type, and come here, put any or any seeds, any or personal groups. Or personal groups. So once we are done with this, the created data must be, I will console it. Single data, I don't know, it's not changing, so I will come here. Since we are done, I'll come here, the brackets, curly brackets, put single data dot email, and we also put here single data dot contact. So by doing this, we shall be able to see each detail on the details page. I will click here, it is loading, see, it is the one. Click here, it has been fetched successfully. So that is all about fetching single and fetching all data. I will be posting now our next part will be deleting and updating them. Thank you. Let's catch up in the next video. Please subscribe so that you don't miss out other videos that I post, which are interesting and educational. Thank you.